Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Blehm, and in today's Spark, we're going to be talking about choosing the best, but truly choosing the best. Now, I'm not talking about choosing the best car, the best food, which of course I highly believe you should. That would be amazing. But I'm talking about choosing the best in your life versus settling or the least worst. You're picking the one that's the least worst instead of really going after stuff. And I hear this a lot with women in business where they will say things like, well, it could be worse. No, it could also be way greater, way greater. Or things like, well, it's not so bad. The grass isn't always greener. Sometimes it is greener if we're willing to go after it and choose it and chase it down. So one of my biggest frustrations when I worked in corporate, which also spurred me on to being an entrepreneur, is I would get into these big corporations and there would be people misbehaving and the higher ups would go, well, it could be worse. At least they're doing something, or, well, that's just so-and-so, but he does blah, 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 or she does blah, blah, blah. And what they didn't realize is that was churning toxicity into the group, right? So then all of the productivity would drop because people would be spending time in the kitchen bitching about, well, that's just who they are, right? So when I started getting into my own company, what really made me excited, and it sounds a bit bizarre, was there was no more, well, I could just let them go. And I wrote my contracts as such. Like if you weren't performing as an elite team member, then you didn't belong on my elite team. There was no settling. I wasn't choosing the least worst. I was choosing something that was going to work to create the impact in the people we were serving, the best. Now, that might seem cold to some of you, but it was really about, have you ever had that one person where you'd come to work and you'd see them and you'd be like, they're there. I don't want to be partnered with them. Or, you feel your whole body contract. And when our whole body contracts, that means we're no longer receiving. And receiving is receiving from everything and everyone. So when we're contracted, we're not receiving anywhere. When we're expanded and joyful, magic happens. So let me give you a clearing so that you can use it to clear out that pattern, if you have it, out of your subconscious mind, so you stop using that as your attractor so that you're always stuck with the, at least they're not the worst. And instead you could start to create greater. For those of you that don't know what clearings are, for me, it's like a reverse affirmation. We're pulling all the gunk out, all the programming that doesn't serve us so that we can create something new. So let me read this for you. Everywhere you are choosing the least worst, not the best, will you destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release. Let me do that again. Everywhere you're choosing the least worst and not the best, will you destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release. So you can add into it everywhere I'm choosing the least worst and not the best in business. Everywhere I'm choosing the least worst and not the best in my investments. Everywhere I'm choosing the least worst and not the best in my health, in my relationships, in my creative endeavors. Anywhere that you are seeing that pattern of, well, I guess so, or it's not that bad, or, oh, that's just so-and-so. This is where you want to use that clearing so that you can start to choose the best relationships, the best partners, the best friends, the best investments, the best business decisions, the best teams, the best vacations, the best experiences. This is going to help you get there. So have fun with that. Loop it, loop it, loop it, loop it till it completely clears. This is not a one-shot deal. It's like exercise. You need to repeat it a few times. Record it on your phone, play it on a loop, and I would love to hear what you have noticed change for you by using this for, say, 5 to 7 days. Play with it for 5 to 7 days and see what changes in your world. Again, I'm Tracy Blehm. Would love for you to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you get these every week. I will see you soon. Cheers.